dear students, a warm welcome to the strategy session on NEET PG 2024 and also INICET happening in May this year. So I'll just give you a introduction about the program and what's going to happen in the next 20 to 30 minutes, right? Okay, so I can see Rakesh Nair sir has also joined. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the session. So in this session, what we are planning to do is give you a very crisp and actionable insights into what to do if you are seriously looking at NEET PG 2024 as well as INICET. And we have the experts with us, the best in the fields. So there's a great opportunity to learn from them as well for all students preparing for NEET PG and INICET. So as I said, in the next 20 to 30 minutes, we will unravel a strategy, what to do in the next 4 to 5 months, right? With the legends here, Ashish sir, Rajiv Dhawan sir, Rakesh Nair sir. And you can also post your questions in between in the chat. We'll take them as much as the time permits. So feel free to post your questions in the chat. And what we'll also do is, if time allows, we will give you a glimpse of the TMCAA program, which has helped thousands of students crack NEET PG and INICET in the past years, right? Including making many toppers for both exams. So to start off, I would ask you to, make it an interactive session as much as possible. So you get maximum value out of it from the experts in the panel today. So I'll just start off with the question so that they know exactly how many students here are preparing for NEET PG 2024, INICET, or both. So if you are preparing for NEET PG 2024, just type NEET PG. If you are preparing for INICET, type INICET. If you are preparing for both, type both. Please do it in the chat in the next 2 minutes, please. Okay, so 45 students are posted, and as I can see, majority of you are preparing for both, right? Great. So I'll also ask you another question, a quick follow-up question. How many of you use an online platform? It can be any platform, XYZ, it doesn't matter. If you use an online platform, please type yes. If you don't, please type no. Great, great. Really amazing participation, guys. That's great. So most of you from the inputs I can see have an online platform with pre-recorded content. Okay, great. So with that, I think we'll invite the first expert to start off with the strategy for you for the upcoming NEET PG INICET. Sir, Rakesh sir or Rajiv Dhawan sir, who would like to start first? You can please go ahead.
Rakesh Nair, sir, please.
Rakesh sir,
Nair, sir.
Can you please go ahead first?
Nair, sir, please. I think Dr. Nair, please. Yeah. Say mute. So unmute yourself.
Hi. Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir. Yes.
Good evening. Yeah. So once again, thank you, Nishanth, for setting up this discussion, and great thanks to Rajiv sir for coming up. And Ashish sir, of course, is like our own family. Is from Thrissur. So anyway, great to see everyone. At the beginning, I would just like to know, as Nishanth was asking, how many of you have actually prepared for NEET PG 2024, thinking it is in March, and now having to change your strategy with respect to preparation as the exam is being postponed by 4 months? How many of you were actually of the idea that we'll go for NEET PG 2025, but because of the current postponement, finding that you are having a chance of doing something with respect to this year's exam? So I just want to be very clear with that, because the way you have to approach the exam is going to be completely different. So if you have been already preparing, then it is different. Or somebody has been already preparing. So please try to post it as 24, 25. So people who were initially with the idea of 25 now changing to 24, or people have already actually been preparing for 24. Nishanth, can you just give me the numbers? We'll just spare a minute for them to type this, and then accordingly we'll try to fix up.
So students, just launched a quick poll. You can just use that, so we'll get some exact numbers here, because that's a very relevant question for our strategy discussion. Yes, sir. So the numbers are almost 70% have been preparing for 2024, rest 30% for 25.
Okay. So we'll just try to cater to the 70% who've been preparing for NEET PG 2024. So for those guys who've been actually preparing for NEET PG 2024 and suddenly you are having extra 4 months, the biggest challenge is how do you continue with your preparation? Because a sudden change in strategy is basically not advocated. You've already made a strategy, you know what you've been doing, and then now you are having to change that strategy completely is not required. So in your case, what you need is some kind of a machinery to avoid boredom, to avoid complacency, and to avoid the frustration of having to sit in a room and study again and again. So then we can divide students into two categories. One category would be the ones who are extraordinarily motivated, who basically don't care whether the exam is in March, April, or May, who know to do their job and don't need any kind of an advice with respect to what's going on. They know what to do. And for those people, I think they need not actually resort to anything more. They just have to continue studying because they are very well off with what they're doing. We are catering to those students who basically are now in a fix, who think that there is a lot of negativity coming to them, who are feeling complacent, who cannot continue with their preparation by themselves. So for them, their major source of preparation, what they have prepared and what they have made a plan doesn't change. They're just going to get some aids from an offline class. It's not that they're going to completely replace whatever they have studied and they're going to study something new. Nothing. Everything is the same. But just to kind of get some positivity going. It's like you working out at home and working out in a gym. If you work out at home, if you're extraordinarily motivated, you don't need a gym, you don't need a trainer. But if you are not as motivated, then of course, having a gym, having a trainer will hold you in good stead. So for an average person who wants to be fit, there is one option only, that is to go to the gym and have a personal trainer. Same way here also. But the methods are the same. We are not going to change anything per se. So in that case, you are going to be immensely benefited if you trust somebody like Nishanth, who is hosting a program, and we people who are actually trying to do classes which are not any fresh classes or anything, but they are going to be once again highlighting on what we have already said as the key points, or around that a lot of questions will come, So that will be again and again highlighted. You know that you have already prepared that. You are just going to once again consolidate that, because you think of yourself now. Today is February 21st. We are having almost 4.5 months to study for the exam. 4.5 months is a considerably long period of time. So to hold yourself in good stead entire 4.5 months inside your room, avoiding all sorts of negativity, not thinking about anything else, and even not be bothered about your hair fall is basically not possible. So you will be having some kind of negativity coming to your system. Am I wasting time? Am I getting more obese? Am I having hair fall? Am I not married? These kind of all crap questions will keep coming to your system. So to avoid that, basically, you have to be coming for a program. This program is not that you are coming to the program and going to completely revamp your pattern of learning and then suddenly devise a new strategy. Nothing like that. This program is just an add-on. It is an aid in the sense that T&D questions will be discussed. Most cardinal points will be once again emphasized. Certain things that you already know, you'll get another angle to that. That is essentially what will be done, so that you don't lose the steam. The major threat that we have when we're preparing like this is that we would have taken a break now, thinking the exam is postponed. Then we're trying to fall back into gear. But then suddenly it's not possible to come back into top gear. So then we start getting frustrated. We will waste a lot of days. Then again, we'll start getting really, really panicky when it comes to April, May. Then we don't have any program to go to. Then we feel that we are losing out, etc., etc. So those kind of normal routine stuff which can happen to people when exam gets postponed is what we are trying to address. So at the most, we'll be having, I think, and in the initial part, we'll be having some T&D sessions. T&D sessions will be mostly...
പിന്നെ ടൈപ്പിംഗ് ഇപ്പം വന്നത് ടൈപ്പിംഗ് ഒരു ക്വാളിഫിക്കേഷൻ ബേസ് പോലെ ടയർ 2 ക്ലിയർ ചെയ്താൽ
Hello,
അടുത്ത മാസം ടൈപ്പിംഗ്
sorry to interrupt. Dear students, those who request everyone to be on mute, please.
എല്ലാ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ഒന്നും തന്നെ കണ്ടിട്ടാണ് എല്ലാ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ എന്റെ സമയം എന്റെ റീഡിങ് ഭയങ്കര വേഗം
ഡെവലപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന കാര്യം
Hello,
വീക്ക്നെസ് എല്ലാം മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നില്ല അപ്പൊ അവിടെ
Yeah. So can we carry on, Nishanth?
yes, please, sir.
Yeah. So that is our challenge. So this is something which when we come to a class, it's especially the ambience at Thrissur. So I was also a student myself at Thrissur. So we have stayed there and studied, and I have even done my DM preparation from Thrissur, even my MD preparation from Thrissur. So basically, that is how we plan it out. No, it is something which cannot be done online or which cannot be replaced with an online class. But that really doesn't mean that this is superior to an online class or this is replacing an online class. It's all like changes that we have with time. Okay, just to make it more convenient. That's it. So when you are having automatic cards, we don't use manual cards now. There are still people using manual cards, but most of the luxury brands, etc., they have only automatic cards. It doesn't mean that manual cards are bad or automatic cards. It's just the change that happens with time. But essentially, the system is the same. It's the same whether you drive manually or whether you drive automatically. The speeds are the same. The engine is the same. It's all the same. So that same theory here also. Just to give you that aid or help, that is essentially what is expected. And I think that will be a good to go program to feel better, because even at the end of the program, you will have another maybe say 50, 60 days for the exam. So that time you can compress everything together and once more go for the final onslaught. Now, otherwise, when you start studying by yourself for 4 months now, additionally, you will definitely wean off. It's not possible unless and until you are extraordinarily motivated a person. If you ask a person who is reasonably motivated, I am a person who is reasonably motivated. Even I don't think I can stand this test of time. It's a very, very difficult test. When you continuously keep sitting, studying, knowing that the exam is far off, already you have prepared. So then automatically negativity will come. So that negativity is something which to an extent we can control by having a plan. That plan is like class. So going there, coming back, seeing people. So that keeps us relatively positive. Okay, but there are some people who want to confine to self and are very much okay in being with self. But for even them, these many months of sitting and confining to self is definitely not a great idea. I don't think that's a good idea. Now, the other half, the other set of people are people who were thinking that their exam is in 25. So let's prepare. Now, suddenly they have a chance. They should take this very seriously, because of the simple reason that now with exam in 24 is going to be in July means you really don't know when the exam in 25 is going to be. So then this batch has to have their counseling and all that. So there is no chance that the 25 exam will be in January, February, March, etc. So that is also going to happen somewhere in mid 25 only. So because of that, you take this as an opportunity, because if you don't clear this time, then this is going to be another long saga for you. Just continuing preparation. So because of that, you just take it as a challenge and try to see what you can. So in that case, this program is basically helping you to know, okay, the must know facts. That's it. So in this 4 months, otherwise to prepare from head to foot, top to bottom is not practical. So you can use our online platform. 200 hours of rapid revision videos are there that of course you can watch. On top of that, this will re-emphasize, or what is a kind of give you the angles through which you can be caught off in an exam. Because everybody knows the facts. Facts, when presented in different fashions, open up different angles, and those angles are the angles through which we think. So in an offline class, you will get more angles to think. That is essentially the only difference. Otherwise, facts are the same. So those angles are what it will be opened up, and T&D sessions will always boost your confidence. Okay, these many questions, I know what are the angles or how they have been framed, etc., etc. So those T&D questions, you will be finding yourself in a reasonably good space. So that is what I want to convey. So on the whole, what TMC will be doing is from the 1st of March to 15th, they'll be holding T&D sessions and also conducting exams. After that, you'll be having short classes by the best in the business as much as we can bring in. and they'll be doing the most high-yield sessions with respect to their individual subjects in a very short period of time. It's not like hit-to-foot sessions, but to again augment on what you already know and to actually tell you that, okay, these are the must-know things. For 25 aspirants who don't understand essentially the concept behind these things, they can go for even a kind of a mug-up strategy, because to study large amount of facts in the short time, you can only go with a mug-up strategy. So that's perfectly okay. Others can kind of say, again, revise with the classes and again revise with whatever they have learned to kind of see to it that they don't lose on their confidence and keep themselves positive leading up to the exam. This is essentially the plan. It's a very simple plan, nothing complicated about that. Just to, help you out, not help you essentially, to hold you so that you don't feel lost, because now nothing is happening. If you look at YouTube or if you look at any of the platforms also, nobody's releasing any new video, nobody's coming up with any new content. There is nothing happening because everybody's just waiting for the exam. But it is in this kind of a period that we really find it hard to hold ourselves, because from where is the motivation coming? From nowhere motivation is coming. How do we know what is the next step? And then when we sit in a room, it's always like negativity, negativity, negativity. So just to avoid boredom, just to be with your friends and to be with touch with few faculties, you can actually come and just kind of explore. That's be better off for you, definitely, because once you receive, you may be extraordinarily motivated on day one, but as you reach April, May, etc., I think you'll be really, really fatigued, because it is not practical to continue with this for such a long period of time. So that's the reason. I think if you feel like you can always come and kind of put everything once again back into place and go for that final onslaught. That will be possible, because leading up to the exam, you will definitely go for that. But before that, in this period, you can hold yourself together. That is the whole idea. Thank you.
Hello.
Great. Thank you. So, dear students, I'm sure you listened to Rakesh sir and got some very valuable insights for both set of students, seriously looking at 24 and seriously preparing for the next year's exam. If you have any doubts, you can post them in the chat. We'll take them towards the end of the session. I'll just look at the questions posted right now. I think there are a couple of questions. One is Dakshata. Dakshata is asking, can you please host your offline classes online? I think, absolutely not, because the whole purpose of TMCAA is to, differentiate and give you that extra edge from students who are preparing just with online classes. So that won't be possible. Sorry, Dakshata. Second question, can you make the first course hybrid? Because I'm currently in my internship. I don't know the name. It's 1+10. And he's saying, if I can attend the first half online, then next half I can attend offline. See, that is very much possible, because like Rakesh sir said, the first part of the program, which we are launching on 1st of March, is essentially a pre-test, high-yield preparation, followed by a post-test and T&D session. So this will be online as well as offline. Students who are not in Thrissur during that time period can definitely attend online. That won't be a problem. And then for the face-to-face classes, which will kick off on March 17th, you will have to be at the center. There is no other option out. Okay, so there are a few more questions. We'll take them towards the end. You can...
Nishanth, 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so many people are asking about this, whether like we can have classes online, offline. Let me just tell you straight away that TMCAA is a center that's been running, I think, since 1999 or so. And we already have established ourselves as the top center in offline teaching. There is no way that TMCAA can come into online. Online is a totally different entity, And you already know that there are so many top players online. And those players are the ones whom you've already subscribed and you're already watching. If you again want to watch an online class, why should you actually come to TMCAA? There are better options, right? Why should you come to TMCAA for an online class? There is absolutely no reason. You are coming to TMCAA if you like that face-to-face pattern of teaching. If you don't like face-to-face pattern of teaching, why you waste your time? You need not come at all. You should come if you like this process of somebody teaching you right in front. If you like that process, then being with your friends, coming to class with your friends, discussing a few things. There is one pattern of offline learning. That pattern is something that you have to enjoy first. And there's no point in asking for any online class, because this is not a center for any online class. This is a purely face-to-face center.
Great, sir. Yeah. So I hope that clarifies it completely. So there are a few more questions. Offline class will begin on March 17th. Yeah, so as we posted in the schedule, we'll have two phases. So that will be the next part of the session. We'll take you through the two phases of this program. Right. So I will invite Dr. Asish Karthik, sir, to take you through the schedule, which we have prepared exclusively for the special batch appearing for May INICET or NEET PG 2024 in July. Ashish sir, if you can hear me.
Yeah, thank you, Nishanth, and good evening, everyone. Good evening, Rajiv sir. Good evening, Rakesh sir. I hope all of them have given a very good idea regarding this. From my job is to invite you to TMCA, as Rakesh sir was mentioning. This is something which has been started by the alumni of Thrissur Government Medical College, and we have been in this for quite some time, for almost 20-25 years. And talking about Thrissur, I should say this is a study village. You can come here, stay here, study, and then take your PG and go. Because there is this is almost like a village for people who know about this, or those people who are not very aware of Molangundathagav. It's very close to Thrissur city. There is nothing else other than studies here. So the usual custom is people from all part of our country come here. They have enough and more accommodations around. They stay there, come to the class, do their preparation, get their PG and go. It is the same thing which is happening this time also. Only thing is when we have a projection of the dates, we just try to manipulate in such a way that, as Rakesh sir was mentioning, in order to avoid an boredom, we are just trying to manipulate the regular schedule of online of offline classes to something which can be of use to each and every group of yours. For example, currently we have made it into 3 phases. Like there is this phase 0 running up. Now phase 0 is nothing but until March 1st. That means now once you join, you will get an app where you have enough and more online or recorded sessions of questions which you can do and then get yourself familiarized. It is essentially it is basic assessment test, which is app based. We have around 200 questions of all the 19 subjects. You
Ashish
can
sir,
do it.
sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt.
Yeah.
Should I share the schedule on the screen so it will be?
I think once I finish that, you can share that so they can go through that.
Sure, sir. Yeah, I'll just do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or if you want to share right now, please do it.
Yeah, I've just shared it, sir. Can you see
sure,
it?
Sure. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So it is which is going up now, where you will be, once you join, you will be provided an app which consists of basically questions, self-assessment question, which you can go through that and then get prepared by yourself. And the reading room is also available right now. We have a reading room in TMCA. You can sit and read there until March 1st. From March 1st onwards, our phase 1 start. In phase 1, you are basically giving a morning session of pre-test. Then you will be allowed to sit and learn yourself till the evening. And once it is the evening, you will get another set of post-test. And we are also trying our level best to have a test and discussion by some people to clear your doubts in every subject. That we will let you know very soon, so that you will be engaged by one or other faculty during this time of phase 1. That is from March 1 to March 15 or March 16. And this we are planning only for offline. We are still in the process of finding out whether if you are people from outside who can only join for the regular classes on March 17th to do this with some amount of online fashion. That we will shortly let you know. But for people, as Sir was mentioning, for people who would like to come and sit here and learn, this will be a better option. So we would always suggest to do it offline. Please come to the center, sit and learn, and then make yourself familiar with the topics and then attend the crash course or the regular program, which is going to start on March 17, which is basically, we call it as phase 2, where you will have all your faculty coming and giving the crisp point, the must-know points, the most relevant points, and that will go till, that is almost like 60 days program. We will try to finish it before the INICT. Our target is to finish by May 15 or a bit more if possible. And so that you will be allowed to give, you will have 2-3 days where you can sit and learn for your INICT, your self-preparation, and then appear confidently for the exam. This is the rough plan which we are having. Finer changes we will make according to the numbers and your requirements, and we will update as Dr. Nishanth is our coordinator and very much dedicated person to this group. He will keep on updating you. So this is our regular program, and anything from TMCA side, we are very happy to help you. And this is basically what I would like to comment about the program which is coming up. I think Nishanth, would you like to take up and comment on this?
That's great, sir. I think you covered everything. So basically, the advantage here is, like you said, sir, students will get a accelerated phase of learning in phase 1. So we have compiled an excellent set of notes. So I'll just give you an idea of what pre-test and post-test is, because I think it's only at TMCA this is being done right now. So pre-test essentially is a fair assessment of students where you stand with respect to that subject, right? So you can take it once you come to the center on March 1st, or immediately after registration on the app also you can take it. So the anatomy pre-test will essentially have around 50 questions, and this will be like 2 or 3 questions from each chapter, right? So you will get a fair assessment of each chapter by taking the pre-test and going through the explanations. Then we provide you the printed notes, which is very crisp and very high yield. The sample is already given on the website. For because of time constraints, I'm not going to show you the sample. You can take a relaxed look after the session on tmcaa.org. It's very high yield. To tell you the fact that the last INICET had 130 questions from this set of notes alone. So it's super high yield, and you will be able to complete almost the must know points from each subject in that day. Probably some students will take extra time, but that's fine. In the evening, like sir said, we'll end with the post test. You will see the graph, how much you improve with that accelerated learning, and you definitely will have some topics which you had to skip. You will have a lot of doubts, and the good thing is when the phase 2 starts, for example, anatomy, when the phase 2 starts, or biochemistry phase 2 starts, you can directly ask the doubts to Dr. Rebecca ma'am, right? So you will have a much better phase 2, and that will be sort of a revision for you when you attend the phase 2, right? So that's basically the advantage of having this phase-wise preparation. So you can make the maximum out of the 3-4 months available to you before NEET PG, right? So you can also go to the website and look at the testimonials and the secrets of our toppers, how they cracked it with the TMCA program. Like Dr. Vandana, just a recent topper, she got rank 31, and Dr. Rajiv Dhawan sir, who's our next speaker, she is talking about sir's motivation, which really helped her be focused on the INICET and get rank 31, right? She was also a student who followed a hybrid model. She was using Marrow, and then she doubled down with the TMCA offline classes. A very good example. A full-length interview also, I would suggest you to have a look on the YouTube. It is available to you for a lot of insights. So students, if you have any doubts regarding the schedule, please post it in the chat, and then we'll go to the next part of the session, which is strategy, by Rajiv Dhawan sir. So few questions here. Yeah, where is the schedule posted? It's on the website. will questions be discussed offline or online? Like we said, it would be a hybrid model because some students are joining on March 17th. We'll try to make it a hybrid model. We'll keep you posted. Can former TMCA students use the library? Yeah, definitely yes. Which faculty for TND section? So like already Ashish said, right, we are bringing the faculty who can do a PYQ based TND session after each subject, at least on alternate days. So that also we'll share in the group. We'll post the link to the group in the chat. You can all join the group. Can we get the schedule from March 17? Definitely. That again we'll post in the group shortly. In phase 1, does TMCA provide any kind of materials? I think I answered it already. The sample of the high yield notes is available on the website. You can take a look. Can starting preparation from March 1st be well enough for 24 PG? So I think I would request Rajiv Dhawan sir to take this question and start a session on strategy by Dr. Murshid Ibrahim. Rajiv Dhawan sir, can you please take this question?
Yes, sir. Nishanth, can you just off the screen right now? Share screen. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
So there is a question by Dr. Murshid, sir. He's already a student who joined the program. Can starting preparation from March 1st be well enough for 24 PG?
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much, Nishanth, for inviting me. And Dr. Nair is there, and Ashish sir is there. Guys, let me just make it very clear to everyone because we were in this phase which you are today, a couple of years back. And today I can tell you with a lot of clarity that you are passing through the most important milestone of your life as a doctor. Please understand that. Till now, you're MBBS. Which college and all, a little bit matters for sure, but everybody says you're MBBS. But now, depending on the outcome of these two exams, INICET or NEET PG, there will be 19 different specialities offered to you. You must be having something in your mind that I want to become this or that from a decent medical college. Now, this exam is going to give you that opportunity. I don't understand motivation, but I can tell you the practical realization which I have. These 4 months will decide the quality of life for the next 40 years. May I say it again? These 4 months will decide the quality of life for the next 40 years. And when I say quality of life, I don't have money in my mind actually, grossly. MBBS doctor can also survive very nice. You are talking about specializing into a particular branch from a decent medical college with skill sets. And that is the quality of life, because you should be excited to go tomorrow to the clinic or hospital or operation theater, wherever you are, so that you have that zeal of life within you. So that's what I'm saying. You're passing through very important milestone in life. For example, let's reverse the situation. You are sitting in front of me and I'm the student right now. And what would you tell me that if this is so crucial in my life, this milestone, I think you would also tell me, Rajiv, please get fully focused and uni-focused on this particular exam only. INICET NEET PG. Nothing else. Please do nothing else. Believe me, I'm not a very disciplined person, but I have created patches of discipline in my life, actually. I'm sorry to say that, but I can't say that I have been disciplined all through my life, but I knew when to create discipline in my life. And this is definitely a time when I wanted, all my juniors to do the same, because that is paying me till now, actually. I had a dream, actually, that I have to have a rank below 500 in All India PG. For that, you have to really work hard. So, guys, if a relationship is not working right now, if your boyfriend, girlfriend, a lot of things are going on in life, actually, understand that, please put that in the back burner. Be a little bit selfish and focused on your life, most importantly. Now, what to do? If you don't do sacrifices, magic will not happen. Let me be very clear. No motivation here, pure scientific understanding how the life is working around me and other people. Sacrifices attract blessings. Yes, some magic can happen on that day. 1 or 2 extra question correct, the rank will jump like that. You know it. It's a matter of only 200 question. Out of 200 question, 1 lakh rank will be decided actually. grossly 1 lakh 80, 90,000 people, 1 lakh people appear in this paper. Only 200 questions going to decide the ranks out from 1 to 1 lakh. So every question has a lot of value. If you do a lot of hard work, maybe on that day, magic will happen. But without hard work, no magic can happen. Sacrifices attract blessings. I have been working with the TMCAA, a beautiful, organization to work with, where the student-centric approach has been like very clearly visible to each and every faculty working with TMCAA. The first sacrifice I would make as a student is, if my home comfort environment and a lot of distractions around me, I would go to this place, which Ashish has said that it's a study village actually. Why? If these 4 months are so important, let me run away from the current environment where I'm so much distracted. Stay at that place and do the study according to my style also a little bit, and along with the guidance being provided by TMCAA next program being launched. Guys, this era does not belong to hard work. This era belongs to smart hard work. Please understand, hard work means that reading this to that, but still not solving questions. Smart hard work means, because 19 subjects, please understand, this is the only exam on the planet in which 19 subject knowledge is being tested in one day. You tell me any other exam, please tell me. PLAB does not cover all these subjects. You know it. In 11th and 12th, we had only physics, chemistry, biology, 3 subjects. And we were actually so much into it, we wanted to make something happen, MBBS to us. Today, 19 subjects. This needs really smart study. Smart does not mean that you leave what actually is conceptual and high yield, and which is being asked nowadays and maybe asked in the future. Recent advances also in the mind actually. Now, from where that guidance will come? The guidance will come through the faculties, because they have been into this whole thing for last so many years. So what they bring to you, the gist of the knowledge, and deliver to you, like Nishanth was saying, that high yield notes actually. The high yield notes writing is very difficult part, because you want to write everything which is actually conceptual and high yield. So that's what the mentorship actually helps over here. Now, my dear friends, a lot of people say, Rajiv, we study and we forget. We study and we forget. Now, when you study in an environment like Thrissur has, I'm very fond of that place actually. So guys, you get a lot of time because classes are very close by. You don't waste time here and there. Everyone must understand, first and second revision, you will feel no confidence or low confidence. Third revision is a game changer. INICET is coming up. If you're preparing seriously for INICET, it's the exam. Definitely, everybody must appear in INICET first of all, if you're eligible. And most importantly, people are only focusing on NEET PG. Let us consider INICET as a semi-final for us. It's a milestone. Up to that point, this program will also finish up to that point, and you will get this idea that I have done the whole thing, reading at least once or revision once up to the INICET. My dear friends, INICET has got little more focus on first and second year. Anyone who is going for these 2 exams should keep in mind 80% overlap is there. But yes, in INICET, first year, second year is asked more aggressively. But if you just deep dive into INICET style of question, you will see that there are more core topics into which these AIIMS, NIMHANS, JIPMA, Pondicherry, CMC law faculty are interested, and they keep revolving around those questions. So that's why I'm saying smart study is very important. Now, let me go to the next point actually, that why I should be really, devoting this much time actually. Guys, you want, for example, I'm saying, one of you want to become dermatologist. I'm giving example, and have a good life and work-life balance and all of that. There's an opportunity right now in front of you. Whether it happens or not, even after hard work, nobody can guarantee that. But at least you should feel this pride in your heart that really worked hard, number one, done sacrifices, left everything apart from study, and fourth, you took the help of an additional resource as per your understanding that this can help me, and utilize that resource to make this rank, go to the much higher side. You can bargain better. Let me tell you, because the PG specialization is not a marriage in which divorce is possible. There's no possible divorce. It's going to be labeled over here, and you want to live with it throughout your life, and better do that branch which you enjoy. Now, one more thing people ask me, how to do revision, sir? Like, it has a lot of question about this is revision. Guys, people take 3 days to revise ENT. I really find, I said, don't do this. At the end of the day, it is 10 questions only. 10 questions only, average is 8, 9, 8, 9. Let me be very clear. In NEET PG. Guys, please understand pharmacology, medicine, pathology would definitely be demanding more time. So that's why I say smart study. So that one day, which I have planned for, this session, upcoming session, it would be high yield, conceptual, orientation of the whole subject of ENT in one day, so that you're able to, attempt hopefully all the questions which are being asked in the subject, but revise that content at a faster speed. Let me tell you, multiple quick revisions are better than single exhaustive revision. You take 11 days to revise medicine. Believe me, it would not really yield much. Believe me, honestly, because you are bound to forget after first revision. If you are finding it that I am not confident after the first revision or second revision, you are just proving that you are another normal human being. Every normal human being faces the same kind of dilemma. After second revision, also feeling shaky. Let's reach the third revision. For that, commitment is required. For that, structured approach is required. Why offline is important? We all are having online, application-based videos of our subjects actually in one or the other platform. But why still we are continuing with the offline teaching? Why? Because hybrid is the key. Utilize your resource for doing multiple choice question of some subjects, but this kind of offline structured program every day, alternate day, would definitely give you 10 to 12 hours of output every day, which Dr. Nair was saying maybe not possible for everyone. Like I always tell my class also, there's a monkey within me which is ready to get distracted every point of time. I have to make that monkey sleep to do some productive work in my life. That's how I work. I never kill this monkey because that monkey defines me actually. But you cannot do that on your own. Now you have help over there. Now, if somebody is thinking, I will go to the paper without doing any questions, believe me, that does not work. Previous question are mandatory, but not the sole preparation, thing. Only doing previous year question topic would make you qualify the NEET. But this exam is exam of excellence, please. There's a competition. Now people get scared. 1 lakh people appear, Rajiv. What is our position? I'm just starting now on, 28th January, I started studying. How can I do it? Let me tell you, this is my, I think, most probably this will be my 20th paper of NEET PG. We started teaching 2004. Out of 1 lakh people now, currently, 20,000 to 25,000 people are serious people about study. And I want all of you to become one of the serious candidates of study, Vijay. Because everyone is not serious over there. Serious means I have to get a rank. You should become one of them. Because don't take the number to 1 lakh. It's a competition between 20 to 25,000 people, which are really seriously preparing with good guidance over there. So see yourself achieving a good rank, but start working for that from now. Is Rajiv time sufficient for me if I start now? The answer is yes, definitely. Because you know what? Anyway, people who used to do internship and appear in the January month paper, they used to start studying from July only. You ask Dr. Nair or anyone, by July we start serious, July, August, September, October. Now you also got 4 months, but let us make sure output is really, really great out of this. Okay. Now, the last thing, I'll not take much of time over here because we want to take some questions. Why this program is important? In my understanding, in a very transparent, honest manner, I'm telling you, there's a lot of, structured, dedicated, program being created for you guys so that this offline element brings more seriousness and more discipline and less distraction. And it will be a top up for sure. Dr. Dhawan, I'm very weak in microbiology. Dr. Dhawan, I'm not great in, pathology or some of the subject. Why not really go to the class, listen to the high yield point of the faculty and do the questions and get mastery of that subject? Because if you leave 6, 7 subjects, it doesn't work nowadays. Because this is again 200 question deciding all those ranks. Okay. So that's what I would like to say. Last thing I would like to say to everyone, just write it on a paper and put it on your study table somewhere. if these 4 months will decide the quality of life for me for next 40 years, I'm ready to do all sacrifices. Ready to get super focused on this examination. I am absolutely committed to take all possible resources to make my rank better. And last thing right down over there, whether it happens or not, I will put my best foot forward from this moment onwards to both these exams. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rajiv Dhawan, sir. That was a great, unpacking of insights, really, really practical insights, actionable for every student in this session today. I'm sure it's going to change their game altogether in the next 4 to 5 months. Thanks a lot for taking out time and sharing those with the students. So, guys, I think it's time to wind up our session. If you have any doubts specifically to the experts, please feel free to share. And one question, Rajiv Dhawan, sir, from Dr. Murshid, is the 4 months good enough for the preparation? You already addressed it, but I'm just bringing it up once more.
I would like to say, I believe in one thing, saying the facts on as they are actually. Who's listening to us and really thinking that, that whether this time is sufficient or not. There's a lot of backdrop over there. How much study you did in MBBS, you know it. There are, like some subjects stronger, some weaker. Like my surgery was very strong, my medicine was very strong, but I was horrible in biochemistry, horrible in microbiology. So I know, like this. But let us be realistic. You know what? If I say today, Dr. Dhawan, can I score rank 1 if I'm studying today? I will say, no, that's not possible. Because let's be very realistic. Assess yourself. But can I get a decent rank if I'm starting from today? Yes. Yes, and I've seen that happening in the past many batches. Let's be realistic, evaluate our current status, and have a realistic rank in our mind. From there, we'll play on actually. Okay, but that's possible.
Great, sir. Yep. Thank you, sir, for addressing that. So there is another question. So we have to come to Thrissur, give test in library and no discussion. Only printed notes will be provided. I'll take that. So it's Blue Lock. I'm not able to see the name. So yeah, as we said, this is an additional phase which you have added before the classes start, right? So the actual classes, as we said, will start on March 17. This is a bonus 2 weeks for all of you to accelerate your preparation with the mentored reading room setting and pre-test, post-test, followed by TND, PYQ-based TND on alternate days. So you can make use of that, from March 1 to March 16. Next question, that's from Devyani, will there be stratification of students based on test scores? No, I see, we don't do that at all, right? So for us, every student is equal. And we see the scores improving, right? For students who are weak in the beginning, they come to the top, towards the end. That also happens. So there is no stratification at all based on scores. So that's the next question is from Samira. Sir, I'm going to start my internship. Please guide how to start preparation. I think Rakesh sir already addressed that question. Rakesh sir, is there anything for you to add onto that?
So Udit Soni question. No. Udit Soni.
Yeah. Again, depends on where you're doing and what state you are and which kind of college you're doing, whether you get time during your internship and what exam are you actually targeting, this year's exam or next year's exam. So I think this discussion is primarily centered for 24 NEET. So again, for those people who are having only these 4 months, I think that's a question we can take up later.
Great. So another question, sir, is there any minimum number of questions to be solved before the exam?
There is no price for solving these many number of questions, no price for studying those many number of hours. As Dhawan sir said, this is the year of smart work. How smartly you work will determine what rank you get. And I so much agree to what he said. There are so many exams you write as a medical student, but this is the rate limiting exam. I tell in class also. In an enzymatic reaction, this is the rate limiting step. From 12th to MBBS is not a rate limiting step, because if you don't get MBBS, you'll join some other course. But this is a must to do exam. So this is a rate limiting step. So same way. So this has its own importance. So primarily nothing was doing these many questions. It's about whether you know the most high yield things. I am really not a fan of doing so many questions also. A number of questions, minimal, to just be sure that you are going in the right direction, to study the high yield points, and to consistently do that. Consistency is the key.
Great. Next question I would take, it's like for the accommodation part. So two students have asked about accommodation, Satvik and Ishita. Ishita is from other state. Shall TMCA help in accommodation? See, TMCA is a not-for-profit organization, and the program is essentially conducted by Thrissur Medical College Alumni Association in the TMCA auditorium, which is very much within the Thrissur Medical College campus, right? So the accommodation is provided separately by third parties, which are trustworthy, because a lot of students before you and even now are staying there and preparing well, right? So to know more about the accommodation facilities, you can always contact Mr. Praveen. His number is available on the website. He'll guide you regarding that. So like Rajiv Dhawan sir said, and Ashish sir also said, the advantage of TMCA is the whole ecosystem in and around TMCA is, very much conducive to your preparation. You only have to focus on one thing, that is preparation, because the accommodation part, they will take care of your food, your laundry, your pick and drop. Even on days where there is class at the center, they will provide lunch at the center, right? So essentially, like Ashish sir said, you only have to focus on one thing, that is your preparation. Great. So, sir, please tell if anyone wants, we can attend medicine class alone. Is that possible? Rakesh sir, would you want to address that, or?
No, it's not possible. TMCA stands for one full team, these set of classes. So it's been orchestrated in that way. And we'll be having our own individual decisions with respect to who teaches what on what day, etc. Then Nishanth and me will figure out. So there is no scope for individual class like that. Either you join and you be part of the process, or if you find yourself to be more smart enough that you can handle it yourself, you don't come for the class. It's as simple as that.
Great. Rajiv Dhawan sir, you are adding something in between?
No. I was just saying that when you're saying that Thrissur, actually, because the environment there is pretty, student friendly. I've seen that the lunch is served in the break time over there when the students are having classes, and like you have got everything. Guys, comfort is required. I understand that somebody should take care of, like your other things, and you can focus study. And this is the sort of a luxury in the so-called village, I would say. And I can't go into detail of that. Let me tell you one thing, that to get this rank below 500, I left Amritsar, which is my hometown. My parent college is also that. I ran away from there and I stayed in a very remote area of Himachal Pradesh in somebody else's servant room quarter. For 5 months, I was totally evaporated from the planet, actually. That era had never had mobile phones. You guys have got one third kidney with you called smartphone, which is always, active. So challenge is bigger now, because I know, because if I would not have run away to that place from my hometown, away from my girlfriend also, let me be very clear with you, I would not have got this rank. And you can ask me, Rajiv, why did you take ENT? And then if the rank was below 500, then I must tell you, I left radiology and orthopedic and medicine and surgery to take ENT, because I knew I want to do what? ENT, ophtha and psychiatry. That's all about it. Ophtha I did not take with my girlfriend too, which is currently my wife also, by the way. And guys, life demands sacrifices. And I'm telling you, this is the period. Don't look for anything. Just be super focused on your life. I don't know whether it happens or not. I can't give you guarantee, but you will be having pride in your heart that at least you put your best foot forward. And that's what I'm waiting for everyone to feel that. And that will make you do less silly mistake in the paper. You behave like a clinician in the paper, who is smart enough, knowledgeable. You're not going to the exam with the burden of the notes, going to the exam with the light of the knowledge which is required, and behave there as a clinician. How would you approach that question? That stability comes with the respect for yourself. And this program of TMCAA, we are not vouching it. As sir said, it's a non-profit organization. Why we want? We want, our juniors to get actually a very, like a fair chance to make things good for their life also. That's what the whole purpose is.
Thank you, sir. Rajiv, sir, one follow-up question from Shuppi. Hello, sir. Sir, I recently cleared my FMG. So how should I start my preparation?
Yeah. Yes, FMG content is not tweaked for NEET PG. It's the basis actually. You understand that you have to top up that particular, content to this. For example, in ENT, I'm giving example that you would have read X or Y, but they are asking about new topics which you would not read, like allergic fungal rhinosinusitis, video stroboscopy of larynx, the core knowledge of cochlear implant, where you put it, how the surgery is done and all that, etc., etc., etc. And then recent advances also. Like, you can't run away from that. Best method of endodectomy is nowadays coblation. And that's a future expected question in NEET PG. So you have to top up those notes. And this program is designed in such a way that if you are really committed enough and you can absorb the data and add on your notes, that I think that's a win-win situation for you. But definitely you need to add significant content to those notes.
Great, sir. I think, that's all the time we have. So we will wind up, dear students. As I said, the session, all the details you need are available on the website with the schedule we just shared. Ashish sir just took you through that schedule. You can go through that after this session. And I'm also posting the link to our WhatsApp group if you would like to have any follow-up queries, because we can't take all the questions right now due to paucity of time. Please feel free to share in the group. I'll also share my number, then you can also directly hit me up if you have any specific queries regarding the program. Great. So I would request Dr. Asish Karthik sir to have his closing remarks, and then we'll wind up the session.
Okay. Thank you for the patience, and it has been very nice discussion. There are a lot of queries which come up. Most of the things we were able to clear, and there are a few things which we will clarify on our subsequent communications via the group which we are going to create. And Dr. Nishanth he will be actually actively looking after that. And I'm extremely glad and honored with the presence of Rajiv Dhawan sir and Rakesh Nair sir, and my fellow coordinator and my dear friend Nishanth, for taking all the pain addressing students. Once again, thanks a lot from the bottom of my heart to all of you and to the dear friends and NEET PG aspirants who have joined the session. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Nishanth.
So, dear students, my request to all of you is, whichever mode of preparation you do, give it your best shot, because from what we understand, this NEET PG has been postponed to July, and most likely from what the information we have, the next year's NEET PG could also be in July 2025, which means, after your counseling, maybe in August, September, you will get into a PG seat in December 2025. Nothing to create panic here, but that's a realistic situation which we want to share. So whichever mode of preparation you choose, do not keep it for the next year. Give your best shot, like Ashish sir, Rajiv Dhawan sir, and Rakesh sir said, this year itself. And wishing you all the very best. Any closing remarks from Rakesh Nair sir, Rajiv Dhawan sir, and then we'll wind up the session.
My only thing is, don't lose your steam, as sir was saying. And if you feel that individually by sitting at your hostel or wherever, you are not able to continue with that same level of preparation, take help, and there is no harm in taking help. And that is where TMCAA can come of help to you. And as Dhawan sir was saying, TMCAA is a non-profit organization. It's a government-run organization, so it will not be having any extraordinary gimmicks or anything, but it's a very, well-run system. And I'm a student, so I can always vouch for that. I was a student. So obviously you can take help. So just like sitting at home, sitting in a hostel continuously day after day, there's very high chances that you get worn out. So just to avoid that, you take help and you just come and just feel fresh, study a few more of these solid topics, and once again think that you are in contention. Because as he said, it's a very vital exam. After this, we really don't know when the next exam is going to be, whether it is going to be NEET or a next. By the time this year's counseling is over and students enter, it will be always November, December anyways. So then 25 November, December is when we're going to have the next batch. So that's a lot of time. So everything to play for in this exam. So when you say everything to play for, being very smart with respect to preparation. And that way, when you attend something like this in the middle, it just keep you in good stead. When you sit in the room all the time, then that is like kind of going to hold you back. So hybrid is the model, definitely no doubt about it. So hybrid is the model. You can see all these higher end luxury cars are also now hybrid only. So hybrid is the way forward, no doubt about it. So you have to use both judiciously. And this is kind of going to augment your preparation. So if you feel the trust in the team, especially Nishanth, who is now hosting this program for the second year, and you can see how much of a difference he has made to the entire program. If you can ask people who have done the routine normal program in 23, how will it was conducted and orchestrated? Faculty wise, we'll try to bring the best. I can't say this person will definitely come, but nothing like that. Nobody's sitting in my pocket or anything. We'll try to get the best people possible. And of course, we have our first option, second option, third option like that. And that is with respect to offline teaching. So offline teaching, whomever we feel are the best, we'll try to get them. In case they have some issues and not able to come or personal constraints unable to come, we'll go for the second option. So that is what we've always tried. And this is not a head-to-foot class where we can cover everything head-to-foot. I mean, definitely for short subjects and subjects where head-to-foot can be covered in a day, definitely that will be done. For the other subjects, it will be a high-yield, high-end discussion. So obviously hoping to see you all in the classes. And of course, first 15 days will prep you up for this also. So hoping to see you in the show. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much, sir. Rajiv Dhawan, sir, any closing remarks as we wind up?
Thank you, Nishanth, and the whole team for organizing this. And the closing remark is this only, my dear students, you have got 4 people sitting in front of you. The idea is to really, make you aware that which phase you are passing through. Because later on, like half-hearted approach might force me to take a branch which you never wanted to do. Please understand that. Let us gain that position where you can take the best, your first choice specialty from a decent medical college. That's a realistic target we're creating for you. And these all mentorship sessions are actually just an attempt to keep you guided and a little bit away from negativity so that you are able to deliver your best in these 4.5 months. So I'll just tell you one thing which I follow through and through. Whether it happens or not, I don't know about the outcome, but I want to feel pride in my heart that at least I put my best foot forward. Right from now, not a lot of people hear these kind of stimulating conversations. They say, from tomorrow onward, I will start studying. But if you are really understanding what we are saying, from now onwards, from tonight onward, we'll start studying. That's what changes the game. This postponement is a by-edged sword. Remember, a lot of people who started seriously studying from March onward, they get fatigued now. My goodness, enough. And there changes the game because now they start, forgetting the data. Don't do that mistake. Utilize this extra time for one more revision, for some top-ups, because you have got a huge chance of going into that. And people starting late, this is an opportunity for you.
Great. Thank you again so much, sir. So one student has asked about the fee details. So as I said, it's already given on the website. I'll just give you a brief. The whole program, the academic part of it is 30,000 right now till, Feb 28. There may be a fees hike after 28, but right now the fees is 30,000. You can go to tmcaa.org and look at the program details. And if you think it's suitable for you, or the features, the reading room, the app access, plus the bonus high yield preparation, as well as the regular face-to-face classes is included in the fees, right? So that's all, guys. All the very best, and heartfelt thanks to all the experts who joined in the panel. A lot of students are thanking you already in the chat. So thank you again, Rakesh sir, Ashish sir, and Rajiv Dhawan sir for taking out time and guiding the students. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nishanth. Thank you.
You take your leave now. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.